Hello, 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 everyone. I am Melanie Evans. I am a praxis strategy coach, certified speech language pathologist, and certified mindset coach. I am so excited that you opted into this mini course because that means that you are ready. You are ready to not only pass the SLP Praxis Exam, but you're also ready to learn the strategies and techniques necessary to cross the finish line for graduate school to get your certification exam and also learning the mindset tools necessary to create a fulfilling career in speech pathology. We are aiming for speech pathologist retention. And so I just hope that you know that a lot of the strategies and principles that you will be learning in this mini course are strategies and principles that I still use and I just rinse and repeat. And I can honestly say that I am in the most fulfilling career. I am sitting here at home on a Wednesday. I got to get up, I got to hang out with my dog, pray, meditate, get dressed for this video. I'm wearing PJ pants under this, y'all. And I am just so excited. I want you all to have that same career, whatever that looks like for you. So be sure to watch this upcoming video until the very end, and then I will send you the free mini course. This mini course will give you the mindset tools and framework necessary that I use to get a 172. All right.
All right, you all. I am so excited. I think that all of this content will really just at least give you all hope on your SLP Praxis exam journey. My name is Melanie Evans. I am a certified mindset coach and certified speech language pathologist. I always used to say, here to help you get over the hump of passing the SLP Praxis exam and beating it at its own game. But that vision has since expanded because the truth of the matter is your speech pathology journey does not stop at the SLP Praxis exam. In fact, it really starts and catapults from the exam. From my experience, and especially when I am coaching my clients, the way that you prepare for the SLP Praxis exam really sets the tone for how you prepare for your career as a speech language pathologist. And so I am just so excited that you've chosen to support yourself on this journey. You've opted into this video wherever you found it. And I am so thankful that you took that intuitive nudge. So let's go, let's get started. This presentation is called How I Passed the SLP Praxis Exam and Manifested Career Alignment in Speech Language Pathology. Now, here I want us to think about the word manifestation as essentially goal setting and achieving those goals. These words can really be interchangeable. Overall, proven strategies for achieving your dream career in speech pathology through guaranteed success on the SLP Praxis exam. Just a little bit about me. My name is Melanie. I go by she, her, or ella. I am a Spanish bilingual speech language pathologist and, like I said, certified mindset coach and healer. I'll get into that in a little bit. So I leverage my unique gifts and training to guide aspiring speech language pathologists just like you watching this through the challenges of the SLP Praxis exam. My focus is on dispelling limiting beliefs, amplifying your strengths, and empowering praxis preppers to achieve their aspirations in the field of speech pathology. A little bit about my trainings and really overall how I help my coaching clients on their journeys. So, of course, I am a speech language pathologist. I do have experience working with children ages 18 to 21 years old in home health, teletherapy, school-based settings, and outpatient. I love to contribute to cultural responsiveness education in our field through Pediatric Speech Sister. You might have found me on my Pediatric Speech Sister page. Both the Pediatric and Praxis Speech Sister brands are my babies. And so if you have come across me on there, I just want to give you a shout out and thank you so much for supporting the brand and supporting the bigger missions. So I went, and you'll hear a bit more about my story in a moment, but I did go and get some additional certifications No, not necessarily in speech pathology, but all about reprogramming your mindsets, reprogramming your subconscious mind, so that way you can achieve any goal you set out to achieve. I don't care if that goal is to own a private jet. Okay, we can use these techniques to achieve that as long as it is for the greater good of all involved. So, one technique I am trained in is neural energetic encoding, also called NEE. This is a tool that we use to release limiting decisions and belief conditions from childhood, your ancestral lineage, and past lives. I'll give you a great example, especially just when it comes to passing the SLP Praxis exam. If this is your first time just taking a huge certification exam like this, yes, you probably have already taken the GRE, but you might have had some limiting beliefs around your capability of even joining a field or a healthcare profession like speech language pathology. There is a huge money mindset attached to speech pathology. We're honestly taught, it's kind of how they sell it to us. We're taught that we can earn so much as a speech language pathologist, and that might also create some money blocks, right? So one thing that I do is I help get to the root causes of any limiting beliefs, whether that be perfectionism, anxiety, low self-worth, low self-confidence, anything like that. We get to the root causes of that and then release them. Neural energetic wiring is another strategy that I love to use. It refers to the brain's patterns shaped by experiences. And so I'm certified in this and I guide you to reshape these patterns for positive change. One of my favorite techniques is called the swish technique. And this is where we collaborate with each other to one, put your goal into the future, and then also to change any habits that are keeping you from really living your highest self and achieve the goals that you're setting out to achieve. This has been very successful for myself. That's how I ended up in this position and role right now, talking to you all. And also, I had a client who had a goal to earn $10,000 per month in her coaching business. And she did just that just after a month working together. So, you all, these techniques work. Hypnosis is another technique that I love to use. There are a lot of myths about hypnosis, but hypnosis has been truly one of my favorite techniques to use. And in my coaching programs, I like to serve you all with a hypnosis track that you can listen over and over and over again, not just for the FLP Praxis exam, but really bringing your envisioned success as a speech pathologist into life. So that way, that could be your walking and living reality and truth. So, hypnosis fosters focus, relaxation, and subconscious access, empowering clients to overcome challenges and achieve their goals. EFT, you might have seen my EFT videos on my YouTube channel or on my Praxis Speech Sister page. EFT is also another one of my favorite techniques, and it involves tapping on specific body points to alleviate emotional distress and promote well being. So, with the EFT tapping, we really work with the nervous system. Just for example, if you have feelings of unease and unworthiness, the EFT tapping will program out any stresses or stories that you might be telling yourself on an unconscious level, and then program in what you desire to feel. These are all incredibly powerful tools that I love to use for my clients. A little bit more about me. So, I never thought that I would be a praxis strategy coach. I became a praxis tutor the year after my clinical fellowship year. What they don't tell you in graduate school, or what they didn't tell me in graduate school, that as a school based speech pathologist working for a contract company, I would really need to have either my money really saved up for the summer months or have a job lined up for my summer months. So, what I did was I did end up working for a contract company. I just needed extra income during the summer months. And I started seeing clients on the side. And thank God I did, because I didn't, at first, I had a limiting belief. I didn't think I was capable of coaching someone or tutoring someone through the praxis exam. but I just went ahead and did it, and I'm so glad I did. I realized that the tutoring company, though, wasn't affording me the lifestyle that I really wanted and valued. I was living in Houston, Texas at the time, and it was the summertime, and I noticed I was pouring into my clients and they were receiving life-changing results. And I'm just like, okay, so let me reframe the tutor mindset and become a coach and start my own praxis coaching company. From there, I started focusing on coaching strategies and became a certified mindset coach. I worked with Yes Supply, which is a coaching certification company, and I learned all of those techniques to get to where I am today, and all of those techniques that I mentioned in the last slide. It didn't always happen this way, and let me tell you why. So, here's how it started. I call myself the procrastination queen. We talk about parts work a little bit in the coaching program, but one of my parts is procrastination queen or procrastination Melanie. And procrastination Melanie is really just my inner child with her nerves really bad. It's like, wait a second, I haven't done this before, or maybe I've done this before and I didn't do that well the first times, or I'm really anticipating the challenges that are going to come with it. So let me just do something else that's a bit more palatable, like going out to party with my friends. So I'm all about creating a balanced lifestyle. And for me, definitely at that time, a balanced lifestyle meant socializing. So this is me at a lounge in Washington, D.C. We went to brunch with my close friends in graduate school. And that was one of my favorite ways to procrastinate. That's when you got to find that hard line like, okay, are you socializing because it's part of your self care? Or are you socializing because you're really avoiding a big task? And so for me, especially at this time, and especially in this picture, I was avoiding a big task. So, of course, I valued my schoolwork as a graduate student and as an overachiever, just like you all. But the practice exam terrified me. Now, with that said, and one thing I will say, just as a funny joke, I tell myself every time, and I just love to say, I was always out and about, but I had not one dysarthria memorized, not one cranial nerve memorized in this picture, but I was out here having a great time. So now, simultaneously, I was a manifester. Okay. And a lot of people might have different beliefs about what manifestation really means. But again, like I said, this is me just having faith in God and writing my goals down on a piece of paper constantly every single month. I created intentions around the career of my dreams. I wrote down things like I manifest an abundant and expansive career in speech pathology, serving Black and Latinx populations, and I attract mutually beneficial business relationships with ease. The beautiful thing is that it happened. I'm sitting here living my dream at this moment. But subconsciously, I was changing. So even though I was out there partying, I still took time to write down those intentions, and slowly but surely, things started changing. So my lifestyle habits changed. I started prioritizing my fitness. I meditated daily. I cooked healthier meals. My environment changed, which is so important for me at that time, especially. I released toxic romantic situationships, platonic friendships, roommates who were all God's children, right? So she got a job opportunity and got to go to New York, and I got to have time to myself, and I really just got to focus because still at the end of the day, that roommate was still a friend of mine, and so we would still hang out and socialize, right? So in the meantime, I did attract more aligned friends. And not only did I attract them, but it's more so my eyes opened to those friends. And I'll talk a little bit about more about that. I also attracted opportunities from speaking at Mbasla and attending ASHA in 2019, collaborating with my professor, Dr. Valencia Perry, who's still a great mentor to this day. And we collaborated on a project that would soon, we didn't know this at the time, but it became 2 journal articles in the ASHA Leader. Can't make this stuff up. Can't say it's by luck or by chance, but by intention. And that's one thing that I really want to stress is the power of intention will take you so far. So While all of those amazing things were happening unconsciously, consciously, I was still stressed. I still had anxiety. I still was kind of winging it. And so I graduated, but it wasn't without a struggle. I definitely had a lot of internal and external struggles to face. March 2020, everything shut down, and that was in Washington, D.C., which was an area that was not playing around when it came to the shutdowns. They took that very seriously. So one day I was out socializing, right? And then another day, everything was shut down, shelter in place. So that was very challenging for me. Now, before those lockdowns happened, though, I had to take the SLP Praxis exam because I wanted to take the exam because my graduate program told us if you take the SLP Praxis exam and if you pass the SLP Praxis exam, then you don't have to take the comprehensive exams. So I'm like, oh, of course, sign me up. Well, unfortunately, what ended up happening was they let us know kind of last minute when those comp exams were. So while I was dilly-dallying, kind of just like studying here and there, they said, hey, y'all, by the way, in 3 weeks, the comprehensive exams will be happening. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So let me just quickly go and schedule a test. Let me quickly just study something and let me just wing it. Right. So what was going on? First of all, I have ADHD. So if you are an ADHD like myself, you can understand how stressful and nerve-wracking that was. So I was anxious. I was even uncertain about my abilities. I walked in there feeling a little bit unstable. Like it wasn't a strong foundation that I had for myself. It was just a wing it approach. Like, let me just get it out the way and see what happens, which is really not the mindset that you want to go into when you are taking the exam that gets you into this profession. I failed forward. Okay, so my first attempt at the praxis exam during my last semester of graduate school, of course, left me disappointed. I got a 159. So I knew that something had to change and it was time for a new strategy. My belief in my capabilities shifted. So I will let you know that it wasn't just like a, oh, I see the 159 and automatically I'm like, let's go. No, it was not like that. I actually had to take a few weeks to emotionally process it and to just really be authentic with myself and be like, you know what? Ouch, that really didn't feel that good. I'm seeing my classmates post about their successes online, and this honestly does not feel well. So it took my own belief in my capabilities. I had to just be like, okay, something's got to give. So I did call my favorite mentors who've always just been my biggest cheerleaders up until that point. I also looked into ASHA Praxis preparation presentations the year before that in 2019. I watched Rosemary McKibben, who is the one of the authors of the advanced review book for passing the SLP Praxis exam, which I highly recommend. And she gave us a whole bunch of tips on there, and I followed those. So I took three very amazing, obviously well-known certified speech language pathologists and took their advice instead of just really going off of my own understanding. And that's just one of those life lessons in general. Y'all always seek wise counsel and someone who's been through that path as well. And that's also why I really love doing this, because I know how it feels to have no idea where to even start. And having someone who is there to cheer you on through the whole process goes a really long way, especially when they know what they're doing. So their insights became my compass, guiding me towards a successful path. After a few years of sulking and just honestly dealing with the whole pandemic drama, because that's when I found out that I didn't pass, I reminded myself that it was not too late to take the praxis and pass before my clinical fellowship year started in the fall. So here's what I did. First of all, I canceled Operation Wing It. All right, the Wing It strategy was not going to work. Like I told you, I studied a little bit, but I had no idea what I was doing. And I decided it was time to be more intentional if I wanted to get a passing score. So here's what I did differently. I did not have a study schedule. Okay, I did not have a study schedule. I did not know exactly what I was going to study and what weeks or what days. So I decided to make one. I struggled to set time aside to study every day. So I started using Google Calendar to stay accountable. I felt alone in the journey. So I scheduled a couple study dates with my friend and classmate Jada. Remember when I told you that my eyes opened to the people who I was meant to be around at that time after setting those intentions? Also, I had no idea what to study. And I'm sure a lot of you were like, I've been studying this for like 6 years. What the heck? Where do I even start? Right? So I did use the ETS practice test, and I always recommend taking the practice test. And that told me what skills I needed to focus on. I also started keeping my mentors in the loop. So I said that shout out to Dr. Valencia Perry, shout out to Dr. Donna Maria Rice. They really helped me out in that season. And I would love to be that for you. So, growth. Growth happened, failed forward, and then I catapulted. So, in the process, I learned so much about what I was able to do. As the day of the test approached, I felt a newfound confidence coursing through me, and the anxiety that had once haunted me was placed by unshakable belief in my abilities. And I conquered. So I did include a little before and after for you all. On test day, I confidently pressed the submit test button, watched amazement as the 172 score appeared on the screen. Y'all, I could not believe my eyes. I could not believe my eyes. I did it. I did it. And I want y'all to have the success. And I mean, I'm just imagining myself right now in this moment. It was incredible. So fast forward to now. This is actually one of my former coaching clients, Kaylee, and you'll get to see her picture. This is Asha 2023. We were in Boston, and now I am doing exactly what I set out to do. So remember at the beginning of this presentation, when I set the intention, I manifest a career in speech language pathology that is expansive and feels really good to me. And I serve Black and Latinx populations. And you all, of course, the divine will give you more than what you ask for just because you are just that loved. And so I am achieving my why. Everything that I put in my graduate application essays are coming into fruition. I became a culture responsive expert overnight, literally overnight after George Floyd happened, and I put out a post for how we can serve Black and Latinx children as speech pathologists. And this happened before I started my clinical fellowship year. So I already graduated being looked at as an expert. Public speaking, that is just a big dream of mine that I really didn't realize until recently. And as I started really honing in on that intention, I got invited to speak at ASHA for 2 presentations, not 1, but 2. And that was my first time speaking. And also, I'm being invited to speak at universities often. And I love it. Praxis strategy coaching. So, not only am I a praxis strategy coach, but I also have a life coaching element to it. That's another thing that I put into the universe. I put that intention down and I said, I want to be a life coach. And then lo and behold, within that year, I get invited to start a life coaching certification program with subconscious mind elements to it, which is something that I was very interested in. Influencer and intuitive life coach. So I've been attracting brand partnerships that have replaced my monthly income. I've become a certified life coach, learning skills that will serve me and my dream clients like you long term. But there's more. I'm also a podcast host and consultant now. So again, I've become a culture responsive expert overnight, and thank God I get to network with other experts in the industry and learn how we can bridge cultural gaps in this profession. I've become a Spanish bilingual speech pathologist. Y'all remember when I said I want to serve Latinx populations? I got invited to learn Spanish and study abroad, and I'm doing exactly what I've set my mind to do. Private practice owner with school contracts. Now I have a private practice. I'm seeing virtual clients and conducting assessments for a local school district, and that's soon to expand to serving nonprofits. Schedule flexibility. So I feel amazing right now, and I don't think I have this on the slide, but I am working at a university. So I taught a class, I came home, And I'm doing this recording now, which it just feels so good to be able to make my own schedule. And I have the energy to dive into my passions with freedom to create and cultivate relationships with family and friends. I really want this all for you. You will see here just some success text messages that I really love to get. And I take being y'all's cheerleader so seriously. I remember specifically when I got one of these text messages, I was in my car, like punching the air because I was just so excited. I was so excited that my client passed the exam and I knew what that meant for them. So, yes, I want this for you also. Inside the passing the SLP Praxis program, you will get expert guidance. So imagine being led by a certified mindset life coach and a speech language pathologist. You already know the transformation. You can really imagine the transformation that you will experience long term, not just in this season, but in multiple seasons, and the positive ripple effect that it will have. You deserve this opportunity. Subject mastery. Now, of course, we're not just talking about goals and dream setting and dream life. Of course, we're going to get into the nitty gritty of these 9 subjects, helping you gain confidence and excel in your praxis exam prep. You'll get personalized coaching tailored for your strengths and crafting a roadmap to your success. And my favorite, subconscious mind reprogramming. So, those techniques that I mentioned at the beginning of this call, the hypnosis, the neural energetic encoding, the EFT tapping, the mindset work that is really necessary to release those limiting beliefs. These things are breakthrough techniques and to align your mindset for SLP praxis success. These are strong, powerful, transformative techniques that will help you achieve success wherever you go. Now, why is mindset the first step? 95% of our behaviors are ruled by our subconscious mind. You're able to implement mindset habits into your lifestyle to help you overcome limiting beliefs actively. So, common limiting beliefs that I notice when coaching SLP praxis preppers: self doubt, low self confidence, low self worth, trusting your intuition is a huge one, and procrastination. These are things that I help you program out. Necessary not only for SLP praxis success, but for career satisfaction in speech pathology. And y'all, it is not enough to study until you drop. Contrary to popular belief, sitting behind your desk at the library or wherever you choose to study for 8 hours is not enough to actually get you that passing score. And some of you all might be listening to this like, yep, that was me. That was me who studied for ever. And I still just can't get over that hurdle, right? So you need to have a strategy and feel capable enough to follow that strategy. That is the cocktail that we are programming in. Here's another reason why it's important. Did you know that there's an SLP shortage due to job dissatisfaction, burnout, and job stress? So just imagine having those strategies necessary to make sure that you have career fulfillment and are satisfied with your placements. This helps you go into your job interviews a lot more confident on what you want rather than what they want, but what you want out of your CF experience and overall early career experience. And for those entrepreneurs who are listening to this will help you get clear on your vision for becoming the SLP of your dreams. And then also managing job stress, because even if you do choose to be an entrepreneur, the stress will come, okay? It's just part of the process, it's part of your life. So this is how you're able to find those techniques to help you release the stress when it comes up. And you'll be able to navigate challenging situations a bit more smoothly. Scarcity leads to low cognition. Scarcity mindset and environment leads to lower performance on spatial and reasoning tasks. You can look this up. So if you right now are listening to this, I want you to really pay attention to your body. And if your body's kind of tense, really explore what your body is trying to tell you and what those fears might be. Do you think that it's not possible for anybody with your background to pass the SLP Praxis exam. Do you think that there's no way that you could even afford to take the SLP Praxis exam? Are you listening to this and this seems like a heck yes in your gut or in your body, but there's still a part of you, and I'm feeling these shoulders because that's normally where I feel scarcity if I when I feel it. You might feel, "Oh, but I don't know how I would pay for it," and you've already wrote it out, like, I can't afford it. I'll just listen to this and get on about my life," right? So, having scarcity mindset, that will really keep you from moving forward in a lot of different ways in your life. The power of your subconscious mind is just so powerful, and understanding that gives you so many benefits and the leg up in the society in the sense of you will be able to have so much authenticity with yourself. And like I said, go into these interviews authentically and proudly of who you are, shifting your model of reality and just overall serving your life's purpose. So, if you do not believe me, Bruce Lee has a manifesto and he put his goal into the future, just like what we do in our SLP Praxis coaching programs. He said, I, Bruce Lee, will be the first highest paid Oriental superstar in the United States. He said, I will give the most exciting performances. And in return, I will have in my possession $10 million. I live the way I please and achieve inner harmony and happiness. And then he signed it off. That was in 1969. And if anyone is familiar with Bruce Lee, he did just that. Another one that you all are probably familiar with, Jim Carrey. He's actually my birthday twin. Yes, sometimes I brag about it. Jim Carrey wrote himself a check. He was living in his car. His impersonations bombed, and that was giving him doubts, just like how we feel with our clinical skills sometimes. If a session doesn't go well, or if we failed a test in the past or gotten a C, right, a score that we don't really desire in the past, that makes us doubt our abilities sometimes. So he wrote a $10 million check to himself, did it 10 years into the future. In 1985, he wrote a $10 million check to himself. And of course, this isn't the actual check, right? He actually said he put it in his wallet and it's disintegrated, but putting it in his wallet made him believe in himself and made him look at it every single day. And he was casted for Dumb and Dumber for $10 million. So these things, these mindset tips and tricks, you can call them, really work. And of course, Jim Carrey, it wasn't enough for him just to write it out on a piece of paper, right? It was him looking at it every single day and taking those intuitive nudges seriously to create the career of his dreams. And you see how big his portfolio is. This isn't even all of his acting roles. We love Jim Carrey. So, why aren't passing the SLP Praxis programs free? First of all, it does not benefit you. Okay, this is an opportunity to invest now in high quality education that you can value for life. This is the coaching element, y'all, is something that you probably really cannot get anywhere else combined with your praxis strategy coaching or your praxis tutoring. That's not something that you can get anywhere else. So you might as well not only pass the exam the first time you take it, but you might as well have your goals and career success aligned for you. Another thing is those who pay attention. By investing in yourself, you are more likely to embody the version of you who's already living your dreams. And there are, again, like I just keep saying, y'all, the long-term benefits. You want to set yourself up 3, 5, 10, 30 years from now, even when you decide to retire. Okay, so you will receive strategies and tools that you can use to achieve your goals and embody your success for good. This program is for you if you are ready to invest in yourself. Taking care of your future self is true self love. If you are ready to transform your mindset and release limiting beliefs keeping you from living your life purpose, if you are ready to manifest your dream career in speech pathology, your dream career is already yours. You just need to have faith and strategy to get there. That's all it takes. So, the truth is, you already know this stuff Some of you have been studying speech pathology for 6 years now. Some of you have only been studying speech pathology for 2 or 3 years, but you know this stuff. You just need a strategy. Yes, I even had to go back and reteach myself some things and brush up on some things. But by reminding yourself of concepts that you really did already learn, you will have that confidence that is unshakable. I also have here that perfectionism is secondary to the toxicity of capitalism. So, if perfectionism is one of your blocks, if you don't want to open up your textbook because you just feel like it might be worthless or whatever the case may be, that is something that you can release. And I definitely help you release that in our programs. And you need a mentor and an accountability system. The road alone is a long one. So if this resonates with you, click the link below this video. You will see the video on this landing page to apply for the Passing the SLP Praxis Discovery Call. It is a free discovery call. And this session will identify limiting beliefs and plan to release them, provide personalized tips to get you started on your journey, and confirm if the SLP Passing the Praxis programs are for you. If you are accepted after applying, you'll receive email confirmation, and then you'll get to have that complimentary discovery call so we can meet each other and we can assess your needs a bit more. Sometimes it's nice to just have that place to vent. Here's a quote that I love. Imagine gaining insights that allow you to break free from your negative feelings and old ways of operating that's preventing you from moving forward and believing that you are capable. The choice is yours. 12 weeks from now, you can be walking out of the testing center or testing room, wherever you are, on your way to tell and celebrate your passing score with loved ones. 12 weeks from now, you can see physical evidence of the benefits of your investment. 12 weeks from now, you can have the mindset tools provided by a certified speech pathologist and mindset coach in your back pocket. Imagine going through your praxis preparation and early career journey with a certified mindset coach who's trained in helping people like you achieve big goals, release limiting beliefs and emotions, and holding your hand through this process to achieve a passing score on the praxis exam and embody your dream reality as a speech pathologist. Just some clients that I've had in the past. This is Ari, and in the mini course, I dig a bit deeper into Ari's experience with the program, but she says that and sometimes it's a little awkward talking about myself, but I will say, I'll just read what the reviews say. So Ari says, what I love most about the PSS coaching strategy service is the genuine nature of Melanie. She actively listens to our concerns, fears. What I love most about the Praxis Speech Sister Coaching Strategy Service is the genuine nature of Melanie. She actively listens to our concerns, fears, and desires and creates a study plan for each individual. Ari said, I also appreciated the group coaching sessions because it created a safe space to dive deeper into our fears and understand that we are not alone. She said, I value the friendships and mentorship I've gained from this experience. It truly helped me pass the praxis exam as well as my written and oral comprehensive exams. Definitely would recommend. Anne Marie, she was one of my first clients when I started as a tutor. And we 100% use mindset techniques in our coaching sessions together. So she says, Melanie is fantastic. Melanie helped me jump 28 points on my praxis in just 1 month. She said she is efficient and realistic. She holds students accountable and is an excellent resource to study techniques and methods. Outside of helping with understanding the content, she also helps students prepare physically and mentally for the praxis. I would recommend Melanie to anyone looking to further their career in speech and language pathology. She's an outstanding colleague to have, even after her services are complete. So yes, I also encouraged Anne Marie to have her own praxis tutoring services, and she did, and that was an excellent side hustle for her. Tamara. Tamara says, Melanie was so patient and understanding. She's passionate on helping out her students and making sure that you are comfortable. She says, I was hesitant about getting a tutor, but I'm glad I did. She outlines her needs and works with you through each session and even outside of sessions. She checks up on you and provides the support you need. Also, a great cheerleader. Tamara said, I struggled with confidence and she helped me in building those skills as well. I recommend hiring her as your tutor for your praxis worries and needs. Here's what more speechies had to say. Giselle says, I can tell I feel way more confident now after all the strategies and tips that Melanie has given me. Having been able to turn my weaknesses into strengths as Melanie keeps pushing me to also pay close attention to the areas I was not strong in. Now I know what I need to review, trick and twist here and there to make my strengths even stronger. Reviewing specific areas of the chapters has been helping me a lot. And so, yes, Giselle, she was one of my first clients as well. And she ended up passing with a high score. Maria says Melanie is knowledgeable, kind, and a supportive coach. And that's exactly what I needed in my extra studying for Praxis. She said I failed the test twice with a 152 and a 157. But with Melanie's guidance and support, I passed with 177. Thank you, Melanie, for your faith in me and kind reminders that I know much more than I think. And lastly, for today, this is London. So we did go ahead and protect their identity. They did request to stay anonymous. So this is a stock image, just full transparency here. So London said, feeling more confident in my abilities and skills. That's what I did to help her. She felt more confident in her abilities. And in addition, she says, I am comfortable with my own self and what I can bring to the table. Also, I am more clear and motivated to continue achieving my goals. And I did want to have Kaylee here. So Kaylee said that they had a lot of self-doubt and was overwhelmed with other things going on in their life. Kaylee said that they struggled with low self-confidence and self-worth. They started doing EFT tapping and meditation and journaling, and this really helped them feel really calm before and during the exam. And they did end up passing with a high score of 182. And they do graduate in May 2024. So shout out to Kaylee. And here's what they got. They got expert guidance from an ASHA certified speech language pathologist, an expert in transformative mindset coaching, and a former Praxis tutor for a large tutoring company. And I've been Praxis coaching since 2021. Subject mastery, diving deep into all 9 areas, getting comprehensive knowledge and building confidence. And our program really ensures that you are well prepared for the Praxis exam. Personalized success blueprint, customized coaching tailored for your strengths, crafting a roadmap to success. And subconscious mind reprogramming, as mentioned before, and just of what you get with these programs. We just want to reiterate that with this program, you get to experience groundbreaking techniques to reprogram your subconscious mind, make lasting changes, aligning your mindset with the success required for your dream career in speech pathology. If this interests you, you can go ahead and apply for your free discovery call with me. What you'll get is 30-minute one-on-one consultation with me or my team. You get to put your goal into the future and learn the steps needed to achieve your desired outcome. You'll identify immediate fears and limiting beliefs keeping you from believing that you are capable of passing the Praxis exam. You'll gain personalized Praxis preparation techniques to help you move further towards your goal of passing the SLP Praxis exam, and you do get an opportunity to work through concerns and determine if these programs are for you. So I do have the link included here. It's calendly.com/MYESLPLLC/Praxis strategy call. And thank you all so much for sticking it out. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, shout out to you. You've already just proven to yourself that you are capable of finishing what you started. All right. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, fam.